I am Reed, I am 27, just an average dude. I've made tons of money mistakes in my 20s, and now I want to share everything I've learned to help you take control of your finances and your life. I just flew back from Italy yesterday, and it was probably the best trip I've ever been on before going. I thought Europe would be way better than America in every single way because, let us be real, America gets a lot of crap. But after experiencing Italy's incredible views and architecture, I am back home missing the US a lot. There's so many things we take for granted here that you don't realize until you travel. Honestly, I feel more patriotic than ever. America isn't perfect, we all know that, but some things I saw in Italy made me say, wow, I didn't think I'd miss that, but here I am. So in this video, I'll tell you about my trip, where I went, what I liked, what I didn't like, and what I missed most about America. Before we dive in, if you've ever traveled somewhere that changed your perspective about home, drop a comment below and tell me about it. Also, everything I am saying here is just my opinion. If you don't agree, that is totally fine. We can have different opinions. Don't be offended. I might even have some hot takes. But hey, it is my experience, my take, and that is okay. I'll also be putting some screenshots and videos in the bottom left corner over the gameplay. So some editing might look a little crazy with footage on top of footage. Just a heads up, my girlfriend and I flew into Milan, spent one night, and mostly just had dinner and saw some architecture due to jet lag. Most of our trip was in two main places. After Milan, we took trains to Umbria, an area south of Tuscany. Kind of like Napa Valley with rolling hills and vineyards, we rented an Airbnb there for a few days, and guess what? My girlfriend is now my fiancée because I proposed, and she said yes. That was awesome. Glad to get that done early so I wasn't stressing. The whole trip we did wine tasting and horseback riding there. Then we went to a beach town called Rapallo for the last few days, so basically we went from Milan to the countryside, then to the beach town, and finally back to Milan to fly out. All the areas were beautiful, but the Italian countryside and the beach town were the main spots, so that's where we went. Now for the things I liked about Italy first, their train system is awesome. You can just pull up an app, buy tickets, and hop on a train to travel across the country easily. I know we don't have a high-speed rail system like that in the US, but Italy is also a lot smaller. Still, it was really cool and convenient. Second, most people spoke English, which made things a lot easier. I asked, do you speak English? In Italian. And usually, they say yes, even when they didn't. Google Translate let me download the language, so I could type in English, show them my phone with the Italian translation, and communicate easily. So if you traveling without internet, that's a solid tip. Third, Italy is just a beautiful country. I love Tuscany, Rapallo, and the small towns like Montepulciano and Castiglione del Lago. Montepulciano had fire-ass sandwiches and incredible views. We found fewer tourists in Umbria, which was great for a unique experience. The Italian countryside and beach towns like Rapallo, Santa Margherita, and Portofino were stunning. The buildings look unreal, exactly like the pictures online. Fourth, the architecture is amazing, even in slightly rundown areas. The average building exterior is beautiful. Those red roofs and cool Italian buildings you see from the train, just incredible. Fifth, a lot of people were friendly and helpful. You could ask for directions, and they tell you exactly what to do. It was also cool to meet people from different places and hear about their lives. Sixth, aperitivo was awesome. Before dinner, you order drinks, and they bring you free snacks like charcuterie, meats, cheeses, bread, and honey. In the US, you pay 10 to 20 bucks for that. So getting it complimentary was a big win. Seventh, the taxi system was pretty efficient and affordable with the IT Taxi app. Most taxis were cheap, and it was easy to get around. Eighth, eating at local hole-in-the-wall restaurants was like stepping back in time to 2016 prices. My fiancée and I split a pizza. I had a beer, she had half a bottle of wine, and we both had dessert for $35 in the US. That's easily 50 to 60 bucks, while not all restaurants were this cheap. Those local spots were a great deal. Ninth, and this is wild, we never felt bloated even after eating huge meals. That's because Italy uses high-quality, unprocessed ingredients. Even pizza felt clean. You feel good eating a lot of their food because the ingredients are so fresh. 10th, the gelato. Oh my god, the gelato. It absolutely slapped and tasted way better than American ice cream. No debate there. Finally, no tipping. They charge a small cover per person, like $3 each, which is way cheaper than a 20% tip on a $100 meal. That was a nice change. Now, let us talk about the things I didn't like. First, I was constantly dehydrated. Getting water, especially cold water with ice, is a pain in the ass. In the US, they bring you ice water immediately. In Italy, you pay for water, and even bottled water from stores isn't cold. As a big water drinker, that was rough. Second, and this might offend some, I noticed a lack of hygiene. Many bathrooms, even in restaurants, didn't have toilet paper, and I am talking about places without bidets either. What do you do if you have to take a dump? Just walk around with a dirty ass. In the US, even gas station bathrooms usually have toilet paper. That aspect was just weird to me. Third, the train strikes. They rescheduled, which makes them super ineffective. We got delayed, missed connections, and had to scramble, all because of a strike over low wages. I get striking, but if it's just for a day, it doesn't IT really impact anything? US strikes last for weeks and actually make a difference. This one just made my life hell for a day and cost me money. Fourth, public bathrooms cost money. I hate having to carry coins just to use a public restroom. In the US, you can usually just walk into a gas station and use the bathroom for free. It's a pain when you gotta go and you don't have coins. Fifth, no AC anywhere. Italians love it stuffy. Even on 3-hour train rides, it was hot and humid. I don't know why they like it so stuffy, but I missed AC like crazy. I like sleeping in a cold room, and sweating bullets all night was not fun. Maybe I am a privileged American, but I need my AC. Sixth, the graffiti in Milan. Don't get me wrong, US cities have graffiti, but in Milan, it was everywhere. Even on beautiful historic buildings. It was disheartening to see. Seventh, and this is my hottest take, their food lacks seasoning. While the ingredients are high quality and pasta is filling, there's not a lot of salt or seasoning. People say quality food doesn't need much seasoning, but I disagree. A good steak needs salt and pepper. Italian Americans often do it better by adding American seasoning to traditional recipes, making it more flavorful. I give Italian food a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. Not the 12 out of 10 some people claim. Finally, the taxes are brutal. Our boat guide told us Italians making €50,000 or more get taxed over 40% plus a 22% sales tax. That's insane and really kills the incentive to work. Also, some taxis rip off tourists by charging higher rates, and they stop running after a certain time. My fiancé and I had to walk home in the rain one night because we couldn't find a ride. Now for what I miss most about America. First, the diversity of food. I am a foodie, so this is huge. Even small American towns usually have American, Mexican, Chinese, and maybe Japanese food. Bigger cities offer even more. In Italy, it was mostly just different types of Italian food. It felt like every restaurant had different variations of pasta and pizza, just like if every restaurant in a small American town only served different types of burgers. After 9 days, I was sick of it. I wanted a goddamn cheeseburger, some Mexican food, sushi, anything but Italian. It's nice to have options, and America has that. Second, the air conditioning. Thank the Lord for AC. Coming home to a cold room and cold water with ice in my hydro flask was a blessing I never thought I'd appreciate so much. Third, the convenience in most US cities. You can get an Uber at 2 a.m. in Italy, taxis stop running. And late-night food options are limited in the US. You can always hit up a 7-Eleven or DoorDash there. It's just more convenience for late-night needs. Fourth, the speed of customer service, especially in restaurants in Italy. You have to flag down the waiter just to get your check, and service is generally slower. There are bigger gaps between waiter visits, which, while small, was noticeable. Fifth, the flow of dinner. American dinners are simple: appetizer, entree, dessert. Done in Italy, it is aperitivo, then antipasti, then primi piatti pasta, then secondi piatti meat, then maybe a salad, then dessert, then coffee. It's a ton of food, and they expect you to finish it, or it's considered rude. Plus, you can mix courses. You eat one, then the next. I like having multiple dishes on my table at once, like a Caesar salad with a New York strip and mac and cheese. Also, taking food to go is as common there. While these are just cultural differences, they made me appreciate the American way of dining. This trip was phenomenal. I'll remember it forever, but it'll be a while before I fly another 8+ hours. This trip truly made me appreciate America a lot more than I expected. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.